ప్రార్థన. యోగేన చిత్తస్య ప్రదేన వాచాం మలం శరీరస్య చ వైద్యకేన యోపాకరోత్తం ప్రవరం మునీనం పతంజలిం ప్రాంజలిం రానతోస్మి. ఓం నమో బ్రహ్మాదిభ్యో బ్రహ్మ విద్యా సంప్రదాయ కర్తృభ్యో వంశ ఋషిభ్యో మహభ్యో నమో గురుభ్యః. ఓం గురు బ్రహ్మ గురు విష్ణు గురుదేవో మహేశ్వరః గురు సాక్షాత్ పరబ్రహ్మ తస్మై శ్రీ గురవే నమః. ఓం సహనా భవతు సహనౌ భునక్తు సహ వీర్యం కరవావహై తేజస్వినావధీతమస్తు మా విద్విషావహై. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. Om. Our ancestors rightly said that health is wealth, and the Upanishads preached as dharmartha kama mokshanam arogyam moolamuttamam. While this form of human life is the most precious among all the forms, we need to have proper health for this precious life. And prenatal and postnatal health are most important for every woman in the world. We are happy to coordinate with national webinar along with Shri M.V. Prasanna Kumari sir, our Jeevana Yogasala. Introducing the speakers today webinar, who are Dr. Madhurika Desai and Srimati J.K. Swapna and Dr. Andal Bhaskar ma'am and Suchita Joshi. Now, Hon'ble Shri Dr. Madhurika Desai, Ayurveda Physician, Nutritionist, Yoga Therapist and Counsellor of Mumbai. So hand over to session the Madhurika Desai ma'am. Ma'am, please.
Yeah, I'm there.
Welcome.
Can you hear? Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks to all of you for intro, and I'm welcoming all of you behalf of this webinar. I'm thankful to Mr. Prasanna Kumarji and the team who had given me such a beautiful platform today to be a part of this webinar. Yeah, Ayurveda. Today's my topic is Garbhini Vidya in Ayurveda. So, being a part of Ayurvedic doctor and consulting since last 18 years of experience, it is time to share my knowledge with all of you. So, when Ayurveda, so it is an ancient medical science. Ayu means life and Veda means to know, Vida, to know. So, it is a science of life to make you a long life without any disease and very healthy, fulfilled life. How to be create? It's a part of Ayurveda. In Ayurveda, it's an ancient science, and we have many branches like Kamar Bhritya, which is pediatric science. We have a Kaya Chikitsa, medicinal science. We have Shalakya Shalya, like surgical science, and in that we have a Prasuti Tantra. So one whole science is on the pregnancy and the pregnant woman, and I'm dealing that part today. Ayurveda having two mottos. The first motto is going with Swasthya Rakshan. Maybe so it's all Sanskrit words, but I'm going to tell you in English also the meaning. Swasthya Rakshan means how to keep yourself healthy throughout the life. What are the measures? So there is a Dinacharya, Rutucharya, Ratricharyas. So how can you keep yourself healthy throughout the life? That's the preventive measures. And the second is, if you get sick or any disease, then how can you cover up with this? Then there is a Churna, Aushadhi, or Panchakarma, this kind of treatment comes. So first motto is very important motto, Swasthya Rakshan. In the Prasuti Tantra, in the same way, I can correlate that the first part of Prasuti Tantra is from the preconception up to the delivery part. And the second part is if you got any kind of diseases during this pregnancy, pre-conception, during the pregnancy, and the postpartum, that is after the delivery, that part is covered. So today we are covering the first part. So in Ayurveda, this first part of Prasuti Tantra, which deals with the normal delivery, normal pregnancy, it's saying about first thing is the Garbhadhan. So there's all the Sanskrit word says about the Garbhadhan. Garbhadhan means conception. So in Ayurveda, it is said that we require 4 important things. Okay, even though to grow a seed, you require 4 things. The first is the seed itself. So a quality sperms, quality ovum. Secondly, soil. So it is a uterus, the healthy uterus of a woman. Third, it is a ambu, that is a sinchana, or that is a water, what we say. And that is by the nutritional values of a pregnant woman. And then the fourth and important is a time. You always require certain period, that's a 9 month, 9 days for a pregnant woman to get delivered. So the time is also a scenario. Okay. And even in Ayurveda, we have a Pansavan Vidhi, that how if you want only male child, then what to do. If you have a female child only, then what to do. So this is a science. Even it is continuing with the Garbhini Vidya. That part is coming with me now, and that's I'm dealing now. And it is postpartum, after the delivery. Sutika Charya is also mentioned. So we are dealing with the Garbhini Charya or Garbhini Vidya today. So why Garbhini Vidya is important? So it is very important because well-being of Garbha or fetus is achieved through a wellness of pregnant woman, isn't it? So if you want to give a wellness to a pregnant woman, this Garbhini Paricharya or Vidya is very essential to know. And our ancient science it is. Nowadays we have to go back to our ancient science and culture, and you have to take that cultural parts now. And this Vidya or the Paricharya is deals with some of the things. The first section comes with Garbha Sthapaka Karma. What is the meaning of it? It says that which are the activities, diet for maintenance of good pregnancy. So I'm dealing with that. So do's in the pregnancy I'm covering now. I'm going with a very practical. So you will find out many things which you can catch during my lecture. It is hardly 20 minutes for me, but I will like to cover most of the topic. It's a vast topic. I told you it's having so much big structure in that. Garbhini Paricharya or Vidya is my part which I'm dealing now. So about how maintenance of pregnancy, what pregnant woman should do during her pregnancy. Okay, that's the first thing is written in our scriptures, written in Ayurveda granthas, what to do. So first thing, they are divided these 3 things, these things in a 4 parts. Ahara means diet. Second is vihara means activities. Third is achar, definitely. Our Ayurveda science is dealing not only the physical fitness, but it is also with your mental health, emotional health. So what kind of behavior conduct, achar means behavioral conducts you have to do during the pregnancy. It is also mentioned in the scripture. Also, what kind of nidra should be having. So 4 parts to we are concerning now. So do's in pregnancy. So it is Garbhasthapaka Karma. The first is diet. By the way of Ayurveda and Ayurveda scripture, Ahara gives a very important roles in human life. And for the pregnant woman, it is one of the important part. Nutrition values, diet is very important and essential for the growth of the child also and that fetus also. So I'm just going, you know everything, but still I'm going with the Ayurvedic way. It is firstly told that if you are pregnant, then your food should be, it should be always warm, fresh food, fresh cooked food at home. That's you have to serve every time. And you should also have food which is a supacha. What is the meaning of supacha? It should be easily digestible. Everybody knows that in the first trimester, in the first 3 months of pregnancy, women, pregnant women suffer with the nausea and vomiting. In the second trimester, she suffered with many problems with the pain in abdomen, or the every time she had to go for micturition for the passing the urine. And in the last trimesters, nearby after the 6th month, in the last 3 months, she means most of the women get the problem with the constipation. Am I right? So ahar is very essential throughout the pregnancy, from the first month up to the 9th month for the pregnant woman. So in Ayurveda, it is said it is a supacha. It is a ahar which should be easily digestible, like green grams, like like a mudga or moog, we are saying. So this kind of khichadis or the soup is essential for the woman for the good digestion throughout the pregnancy. Even Ayurveda has talking about the Shatarasa therapy. Shatarasas, we have a 6 test or 6 rasas. The first is Madhura, which is a sweet taste. Second is Amla, which is a salty. Third is your Amla is the sour. And then there is a Lavana, which is salty. Then there is an astringent, like a kashai, Amla, what the taste of Amla you can find out. Then is a pungent, means quite, spicy kind of food. And then there's the last one is a bitter taste. So these all 6 rasas should be in a proportionate way. Means it should not be like only I'm eating only Madhura rasa because I like that, and I feel to have only sour taste kind of food. So I'm just eating that food throughout the pregnancy. Don't do like that. You go with that, but proportionate the other rasas also, and that is a very important thing Ayurveda had said about the pregnant woman. Even Ayurveda had given from the first month of pregnancy up to the 9th month, up to the delivery, the shira means milk, and ghrita means ghee. Importance of milk and ghrita is written in our Ayurveda. Even each masanumasikra means in each month, which kind of medicated shira or medicated milk she should take for the good pregnancy, for the normal pregnancy. It is also mentioned in our Ayurvedic structures. And you have to understand that how much importance of milk is given in for the pregnant woman. So that is also you have to take care during the pregnancy. Then important thing is that fire. What is a fire? Jataragni. So it is very essential that with the nutritional values, you should understand whether the digestion is happening or not properly. Okay. So every time you have to think about your fire, whether I'm hungry or not. Unnecessarily don't eat and or overeat. Because it is I'm pregnant, so I have to take this. Yeah. But first see your fire. Whether your last food is digested or not, that also you have to take care. But if you are feeling hungry within 2 hours, you have to eat. You have to eat. And our Indian diet is a full balanced diet. Sampurna Santulit Ahar. So don't worry. Our Indian diet, what is the cultural diet we are eating, you should eat that. Even I will say it should be whatever whatever grows around your area, in which desh or which country you are staying, and it's having which kind of crops and which kind of things is or there which is growing around there. You have to eat that, which is called a seasonal food and seasonal fruits. Even rutucharya is a part of Ayurveda, where which kind of fruits coming in that season. Now the season of Varsha Rutu, then definitely the fruits like pears, pumpkins, if it is coming in your market, you should go with that. So what is the seasonal fruits you are getting around, and seasonal food is available, you have to eat that. That is also a mantra Ayurveda is giving every time. So this is for the food to be taken. Now vihar is one of the important concept of vihar. Vihar means you have to every time uplift your moods, uplift yourself with reading some motivated materials. Do not feel stressed out throughout the pregnancy. Try to uplift your moods. Try to read some of the motivated kind of scriptures, and just read see such kind of things, Also, it is said that you should listen relaxing music throughout the pregnancy. So what is the use of it? When you are relaxing, definitely your mind is relaxed, so there is no stress hormones is increasing in your mind, you are relaxing, so definitely it's giving a good impact on your fetus which is inside your womb. And then it is also says that mantra japa. In our Indian Veda Sanhita, we have a mantra. What is the meaning of mantra? Mantra is says mananat trayate iti mantra. Means who protect us, who protects our mind, which is called the mantras. So we have so many mantras. We have Gayatri mantras. We have so many beautiful mantras, Surya Upasaku mantras, energetic mantras. There are many, many mantras, and you can go on listening that mantras or chanting the mantras is also giving good impact on your. In our mythology, you know that Ashwatthama had learned many more things in his mother's womb only. Do you know that? So in the same way, you are the part, you start reading something good, you start creating something good, you start thinking something good, will give a good impact on your fetus, which is inside the womb. So always try and get connected with your child from the first month of pregnancy only. It is not like that after delivery when you start talking and or she start talking and stop with her. Get connected with your child with the first month. Start a sweetie talk with the child. Give the suggestions. The auto suggestions are very, very essential. That you are healthy, you are moving now, you are that's cultural and moral values also we can inculcate, and during the pregnancy time only. So try to read some moral values, try to be going with such a good values, and you can create that values in your child during the womb only. Okay, that is the important things is there. And now the very important part, exercise, because we have come with the exercise. I say walk is one of the beautiful exercise in this crisis of COVID-19 and the scenario we have. Definitely what to do. So if you could not go out, at least walk at home. Okay, do not be sit all the time that I'm sitting and sleeping because now I could not go out. No, you have to walk, you should be active throughout your pregnancy. So start walking at your home. Yeah, or at least if it is early morning, get up. It's very good. So sleep early, get up early, and try to walk and take that beautiful oxygenated air. Now our air is become very clean. So pollution is not there in the air now. So just go out and take that. Do and avoid crowded area. What are the precautions for your take? You have to take that. I will not repeat because everybody knows that, but you have to take the precautions. But with the precautions, you have to take this also. A good oxygenated air is required. The sun is also required for your growth of your fetus. So these things also you have to take care. It comes in the exercise, the yoga sadhana, one of the essential part. So yoga during pregnancy, it's one of the important thing because as I told you, not on this scenario, but actually pregnant woman requires more oxygen because that's it's giving her to all the oxygenated things. So for that, what you have to require is you have to go with the proper technique of pranayam. You have to go with the proper technique of meditation. You have to go with the proper technique of asanas. So I will recommend you keep during pregnancy, yoga sadhana is very essential, but that is also important. You should do it under the guidance of a proper yoga therapist. Being 18 years of in the medicines field and the 15 years of yoga therapist, I came to know that in the pregnancy, you should understand everything of the pregnant woman before giving the pregnancy practices to that woman. Okay, so that is very essential that particularly yoga therapist who is really expert, you should go under the guidance of that during the pregnancy at least. Okay, now what we have to do for the achar. Now the achar comes means what kind of behavior conduct. So you should always be happy, giving a good mood. You should also have uplift your mood. Be happy, be gratitude towards the universe, be gratitude towards the God. Always like that. Okay, and the nidra. Sleep is very essential because it is a repairing phase for you. So every time sleep early. Nowadays, because of the gadget, many things, WhatsApp, Facebook, unnecessarily wake up, you are doing this, and late night sleep doesn't make you repair your whole body. Then how can it's repairing your feelings? So definitely a good sleep, a sound sleep is very, very essential. This is what the Garbhasthapaka, the things. Now, Garbhapaghatak means which are the things we have to avoid during the pregnancy. I'll take only 5 minutes now more. So, what things you should avoid in during the pregnancy? So, again, it's come with the Ahar, Vihar, Achar, and Nidra. So, Ahar means very pungent, very spicy, very heavily digested, like which is taking a long time for the digestion. Such kind of food, please avoid during the pregnancy. Only one taste food, like the same rasa repeating, that's also you have to avoid. Then excessive eating, like overeating or fasting during the pregnancy is also avoided. It's written in our culture. Don't do that. Okay. Now, for the Vihara, what should be avoided? So, heavy lifting weights, jumping, or abnormal postures of sitting or sleeping. There should be a proper positioning. When you sleep, it should be a warm position. Every time on the left side, the Garbhini should be sleeping, and she should keep keeping the folded legs, not giving a pressure on her abdomen, and keeping a pillow in between the both the legs. This is the positioning every time you should take. You should support the back also when you are sleeping. So try to support your back and spine also throughout the pregnancy. So this is a kind of sitting, or positioning should be always proper. Alignment should be always proper. And this everything comes like now the achar, we have to say what is the behavior conducts you have to do. So avoid, like what kind of behavior that Garbhini should be avoid. She should not be argue or getting angry every time, getting agitated, irritated every time. Okay, she should be calm, cool, and she should not be stressful or fearful. See, there are now in this scenario there are two kinds of stress. First is the pregnancy stress or the delivery stress she is getting, and secondly, nowadays it's because of the spices, proper checkup and whatever online consultation is going on. So definitely that is also stress causer more. So please try to be a little not taking the stress. Now the news, which kind of news you are hearing is also matters more. So it's better to not hear such a fearful, stressful news or things. Always be try to keep yourself stress free. Try to avoid this. Give a positive suggestion, and very important, your willpower. The way you are, if you have a strong will, then definitely nothing is going to be happen. So that is very essential during the pregnancy also. And should not get agitated every time. Your psychology giving you impact on your fetus also. So psychology of pregnant woman works on the psychology of the that child also. So please be try to think that okay, I'm stressful, no, I don't have to. Oh, I'm fearful, I should not be. Then that auto suggestion, that positive thinking is very important. Then the nidra, you have to sleep definitely at the proper time. Overnight you should not be awake. You have to take care. A simple nap is okay in the day, but not the sleep. Okay, if you are sleeping throughout the pregnancy, then definitely the child is also become a lazy one. So try to be active, but not the overactive also, but try to be active. So this is what exactly in the Garbhini Vidya we had taught. Also, there is a Garbhasthapaka Dravya, some of the medicines like Shatapushpi, there is a Shankapushpi, Jata, Vacha, there is a Shatavari. There are many, many, many medicines which is prescribed for Ayurvedic texts for pregnant women. But with the proper guidance, under the guidance of Ayurvedic doctor only, you have to take, because you have to find out the prakriti, before giving the medicines. So that is also very important, that proper guidance of Ayurvedic consultant, proper guidance of yoga therapist is very, very essential when you are going in a pregnancy. And you have to do a proper checkup with your gynecologist. You should be do all the checkups every time. Now the online consulting is there, you take that support also, and try to be very accurate in throughout the pregnancy, to take care of yourself and your child. So why we are working for this Garbhini Vidya? Because if you are fine, if you are healthy, you are giving a healthy baby, and healthy baby or ideal child will be progress, will be giving a progress to our nation. So for good citizens, we have to want this ideal child, and for that, the Ayurveda gives this all important roles to you. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Dr. Madhurika Desai, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the your valuable, precious information you have provided. Thank you so much. And once again, Dr. Madhurika, ma'am, Ayurveda physician and nutritionist, and yoga therapist and counselor from Mumbai. Thank you so much, ma'am. Good.
If please any
Now,
queries, you can ask later. If whatever this, if there's any queries or something, please you can.
yeah, sure, ma'am. Definitely, we are giving YouTube live also. So we are going some take more questionnaires, and you have to send to you.
Yes, sir.
Then we give a reply. Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now we are welcome to Honorable Srimati J.K. Swapna. She is M.Sc. Yoga, actually professionally software engineer, and the Swapna madam is director Nayago School of Yoga, examiner of Yoga Certification Board. So most welcome, ma'am. J.K. Swapna, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Am I audible? Am I
Yes, ma'am.
audible? Yeah, sure. Just
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
thanks for giving me this opportunity. I'm very grateful to be part of this program where I can present what I have learned or what I know about how to go with the ladies who are pregnant and how to have a normal and safe delivery. Just a minute, I will share my screen. Yeah, good evening, everybody. So let's go into the topic. So today I just want to discuss about the effect of mantras during the pregnancy. So everybody know how many people usually in the process of meditation, or some people in their regular life, they usually chant mantras. So mainly there are two reasons why people chant mantras: are to get peace of mind, and the second reason is to be pure at heart. So mantras, by reciting or chanting mantras, the very first two advantages are to have peace of mind and purity of thought. As our earlier speaker, Ayurveda ma'am, sorry ma'am, I just don't remember your name. I think Madhurika ma'am was just telling us Mananat Trayat iti mantraha. Right. So Mananat Trayat iti mantraha. Mananat is nothing but while we are repeating Trayate, Mananat Trayate, the word or a syllable which protects our mind is nothing but mantra. The word or a syllable which protects, Mananat means repeatedly we need to recite in our own mind. The word which protects our mind is known as mantra. So this has been derived from the Sanskrit word mantra, and usually what we say about mantra is that it frees us from our stress or from our karma, whatever the bondage or whatever we are carrying from days from our lives. If you are been accustomed to chant mantras of your deity, whoever it is, like Venkesha, Lord Balaji, or Lakshmi Devi, or Vishnu, whoever it is, whoever the devata it is, Ishta Devata, if you start chanting mantras, it will help us to free you from the stress, as well as to free all the karmas. So while coming to the aspect of Mananat is nothing but repeatedly thinking. There are two aspects in it. One is the positive aspect, one is the negative aspect. Usually Mananat means thinking. I mean, your mind is involved with some thought. If this thought is worried, I mean, if it is in a negative form, that is usually known as worry. If the thought is about positive thing, it is known as manana. So one is worry. Worry is nothing but चिंता. अगर आप एक बात के लिए హమేషా ఉసి के बारे में फिर like ఒకటే విషయం మీద మళ్ళీ మళ్ళీ చర్చిస్తూ ఉంటే so let us go in English because here two people are there like Hindi as well as in Telugu. If you are trying to think about one particular thought repeatedly in a negative way, it comes as worry or chinta. Whereas if you are trying to do it in a positive way, in a positive manner, it becomes mananata. So what is the difference between worry, chinta or mananat? The basic difference is that while you are in chinta, you always get surrounded with negative emotions. In one way, if you are affirming yourself that this is not going to happen, you are in always in a negative mood. This negative mood, it takes upon your mind, and you always don't think about something expecting to be positive. You think that it is going to happen in a negative way itself. Whereas if you are manana, if you are thinking the thoughts in a positive manner, your mind will become peaceful. You will stay peacefully. Your worry will go off from your mind. So always one, if see, we can't stop our mind without thoughts. It will be, thoughts will be coming off, coming off and going. So try to have some positive thoughts instead of negative. That is the basic two dimensions of the uh, mananat. Now next, why do we need to chant mantras? Why do we need to chant mantras? So if we go deeply into the subject, mantra chanting. When you are chanting a mantra, suppose you chant a mantra Om. So if you see, when you're chanting the mantra Om, the tip of the tongue, one way when you say Om, if you're prolonging A, U, Ma, Om is a combination of 3 syllables, A, U, Ma. When you're saying Om, your lips are automatically getting close together, and the tip of the tongue, if you're trying to touch to the upper palate, one way you are creating an acupressure point. You are pressing and activating that particular point. This is nothing but it activates the endocrine system. So chanting mantras, universally it is activating and stimulating your endocrine system. Nothing but it is balancing your hormones. So the act of touching, pressing your tongue to the palate of the mouth stimulates the hypothalamus, thalamus and the pituitary glands. So if these glands are working properly, you are in balanced state. And when you are trying to chant mantras, you can't just simply think of something and chant mantras. When you are trying to chant, you are chanting with some attention. You are trying to sit at one place. Simply you can't, nobody chants mantra seeing here and there without their attention. They will sit in one perfect place in a peaceful environment, and they will try to bring their attention towards themselves. Then they will try to bring their attention towards their breath, and then from there they will start chanting mantra. In one way, you are stopping the mind from distraction, and you are making your mind to come and concentrate at one place. So by chanting mantras, you are increasing the concentration, ekagra. So you are trying to have some attention and focus and concentration. The third point, while when you are chanting these mantras, you are trying to release your emotions. It is one of the good way. आप जब देव मंदिर जाते हैं, so many people when they go to the temples, as the bhajans started or the kirtans are started, they feel so happy. They will be jumping with joys. That is one way of releasing their emotions. So when you are chanting these mantras and you are releasing the tensions, whatever the blocks which are present in our shat chakras, they automatically get released. The blocks are getting released, the stress is getting released. And when you are trying to chant mantras, you are trying to make your vibration. Every body has some energy. Every person or every human being, or even if you take an animal also, whoever it is, they will have some vibration in their body. They carry some energy. This energy, when you are trying to chant these mantras, we are trying to make the energy to come and stay at one together. Nothing but the molecular structure which we are made up of, we are trying to arrange them, rearrange them. Each sound has a distinct vibration. Like Om has one sound. There are many bija mantras. lam, vam, ram. So each and every bija mantra and the combination of the syllables like Om Narayanaya Namaha, Om Vishnu Devaya Namaha, Om Shivaya Namaha. So there are so many mantras. When you chant these mantras, each sound has a distinct vibration, and because of this, each mantra will have different effect. So all the sounds in one way or the other, they are making our mind and molecules which are present in your body rearrange. So till now, what we discussed was why do we need to chant mantras, a positive aspect as well as a negative aspect, and some of the advantages of chanting mantras. This is in general to each and every person or in every stage of your life. Now let's concentrate during pregnancy. Why do we need to chant mantras, and what are those effects? Yeah, you might have heard many stories like there is one famous story in Mahabharata, I guess, where Arjuna, who is in his mother's when he was in his mother's home, his father was discussing about this Padma Vyuha, how to when he was explaining the strategy how to get out of Padma Vyuha when we are in the war. He was discussing with his wife when Arjuna was in his mother's womb. This happened unconsciously when Arjuna was in the war. When Arjuna was in the midst of the war, in the middle of the war, he was like stuck how to fight in that particular situation. He was exactly in this Padma view. When he closed his eyes, when he remembered the story, the tactics or the steps which his father was explaining to his mother's home, he was able to recollect and use those all tactics to win that war. So in the same way, when a lady has become pregnant, the lady is not having one life, she is having two lives. Not only the life of that particular woman, but also the fetus. So mother as well as his baby. Until the baby comes out from our womb, and even up to 6 months also, we should always treat the mother as two people, like mother and his child. So the fetus always responds how his mother is responding. The baby responds how the mother is responding. So if the mother is able to listen the music, when she is able to respond to the music, when she is reciting the mantras, the positive effects which the mother is feeling, the same effects the baby also feels. In general, what we say, or according to our anatomy, usually they say that from the 7th month our baby starts, because they from 7th month itself it starts hearing the sounds. In general, once you know that you have been pregnant, from the 2nd month or 3rd month itself, you can start listening some peaceful music, some good music. And also the very first sound the baby listens is the mother's heartbeats. This is the nearest sound, and it is the sound 24/7 the baby will be listening to this. So when if the mother is in very calm state, her heartbeat will be in a very what we say, in a stable manner. If the mother is in agitated, automatically the breath pattern will be disturbed. When the breath pattern gets disturbed, the heartbeats also get disturbed. There will be heart rate variability, the variability will change. So always try to be at calm. And also when we are chanting mantras, the energy which we get from chanting these mantras will develop the mind and body of the soul, right? And there are some particular musical instruments such as the sound of veena and the sound of flute and samaveda mantras. By listening the sound of this veena or from the flute and some of the samaveda mantras, they will help the pregnant woman to be more healthy and also the health of the child. There are many mantras recommended, mostly the Vamsha Vriddhi Vamsha Kavacha Stotra, Garbha Rakshana Prardhana, Garbha Rakshana Sukta, Gayatri Mantra, Pragya Vivardhana Sotra, and also this Gopala Mantra, Santana Gopala Mantra. These are some of the mantras which are recommended to be recited or to be heard every day for at least 10 to 15 minutes during the entire pregnancy. And there are many musical interpretation of many essential mantras. These mantras, while you are listening, while you are doing any work, just keep on in the background. And when you are listening these mantras, that creates an environment of spiritual tranquility, nothing but peace of mind. And also this helps us to develop the mental health and brain of the child. So this is about some of the mantras which need affects, and why do we need to learn mantras during pregnancy. And just I wanted to explain about IAYT. So IAYT is nothing but integrated approach of yoga therapy. So in general, there are many aspects for the yoga therapy. Most of the people know about only asanas. In general, whenever you ask a person, so they will say, what do you know about yoga? They will say, yeah, I know that they do this asanas. Or mostly some people may also answer that they not only asanas, pranayamas. But in general, IAYT, integrated approach of yoga therapy, means yoga is a combination of asanas, pranayamas, M means mudras, N means nada anusandana, B means bandhas. APMB, usually in BR School of Yoga, they say that APMB. In general also, there are many aspects, four aspects: asanas, pranayamas, mudras and kriyas. Bandhas comes as a combination of mudras. So asana is nothing but a physical postures, any bodily posture. Pranayama is nothing but a breathing practice, the practice of regulating our breath. Mudras are nothing but the hand gestures. Some people do Kaya mudras, but usually we don't support Kaya mudras during pregnancy. So we usually have this Hasta mudras. And then comes Kriyas. Kriyas are nothing but the body cleansing practices. If we follow the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, they have given Shat Karmas or Shat Kriyas. We are not interested in all of those. For the first 3 months, when a lady has become pregnant, in the first 3 months, because they go through this vomiting stage, many people, around 70%, we can ask them to do Vamana Dauti Kriya. So Vamana Dauti Kriya is nothing but Vamana means to vomit. Dhauti means to clean. So we can ask them to do Vamana Dhauti for the first 3 months. If they are having too much nausea, we can ask them to do Vamana Dhauti Kriya. And also Kapalabhati, but that is also in the first 3 months itself. Usually this needs to be practiced with the help of a experienced yoga teacher. So these are very good for the first 3 months. So as the pregnancy is progressing, we need to take care of what needs to be done, what need not to be done. So this will be taken care by the gynecologist. There should be a consensus between the gynecologist and the lady who has become pregnant with the yoga teacher, so that we can recommend what yoga asanas needs to be done and what are the complications he is facing according to them. In general, this is a general diet. Diet, usually it should be a sattvic diet, and if it is in high risk pregnancy, which reduced consumption of salt, sugar and simple carbohydrates. Kriyas are nothing but the cleansing practices which I explained. We can go for Vamana Dauti and Kapalabhati, that is only for the first trimester. And Jalaneti we can do to avoid any kind of allergies. And asanas, some of the asanas are Tadasana, Ardhakati Chakrasana, Trikonasana. We will go on with this. Breathing exercises, Hasta, nothing but inhale, we need to raise our hands up, exhale down slowly. And all these breathing exercises, if the lady is comfortable and if his husband is together, we can ask the couple to come, so that there will be bondage between the two. And at the same time, the lady also gets the mother gets bonded with the fetus also. Pranayama, sectional breathing, we can ask Sitali, Nadi Shuddhi, Brahmari and Nadi Shodhana. Kriyas, Jalaneti, throughout the pregnancy they can do. Meditation, ask them for the visualization or home meditation or Trataka. As our ma'am, Madhurika ma'am has explained about the Garbhadana, Pumsvana, Simantonayana and Jatakarma. And spiritually, they can read some of the scriptures like Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga and all those things. Self-care, daily bath is essential with massage, enema and vaginal tampons and then lubrications. These are some of the Vedic practices which has been explained during pregnancy. And any questions you can just forward to the organizers. They can ask us, we will reply. I will reply to them. And thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Srimati J.K. Swapna, ma'am. Thank you very much for your valuable information for our colleagues, for our please note down Dr. Madhurika Desai WhatsApp number, send it our group. So please note 8879536048. This is Dr. Madhurika Desai number, and I will give J.K. Swapna ma'am number also in our group. Now, Hon'ble Dr. Andal Bhaskar, MBBS, MD, DGO, Dr. Andal Lakshmi, Fertility Center in Nellore. So, please welcome, ma'am. Please welcome. Now I request to take over the session Dr. Andal Bhaskar.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
I thank Prasanna Kumar Garu and Satyanarayan Garu for giving me this opportunity. I wish all the participants and thank them also for their participation. Now I am getting to my talk. Though this is a pregnancy meeting, my topic is hormone problems in women. This is based on my observations and experiences, which will be very useful not only for the mothers, but also for the yoga practitioners and others also. So hormones are chemicals produced by ductless glands, and they enter the blood groups and reach the target organs to produce desired effects. And our reproductive system is completely controlled by the hormones. So there are in general, two types of hormones. One is stress hormones, other is happy hormones. The stress hormones, when they are produced, they activate the sympathetic nervous system. So the reaction called fight, flight, or freeze reaction occurs. That is, when a demanding situation of danger occurs, we either fight it out or run away from it or freeze, become inactive. So this is in the body is in a protective mode and it is just surviving. So when the stress can be acute or chronic. So the happy hormones, when they are released, the parasympathetic system is activated. The parasympathetic system controls the functioning of the internal organs. So especially it is called rest, digest, and nest. That is mostly gastrointestinal digestive system and the reproductive system. When the parasympathetic system is activated, they will function very well. So it is in a growth mode, it is a thriving mode. So parasympathetic system activation is very important for a smooth and harmonious function of the reproductive system. And this is triggered by the hormones. So now let us see what is the hormone system that controls the reproductive function. This is called the HPO axis, hypothalamo pituitary ovarian axis. So hypothalamus is in the brain. So it is called the seat of emotions, and under that comes pituitary, that is also a gland in the brain. So hypothalamus releases a hormone called GnRH, and this GnRH activates the pituitary, and pituitary releases two hormones. One is FSH and other is LH. This FSH causes the follicle or the egg growth, and the LH causes the release of the egg, what is called as ovulation. Ovulation is very important for regular periods and also for conceiving pregnancy. So ovary then in turn produces two hormones, estrogen in the first half of the cycle and progesterone in the second half of the cycle, that is luteal phase. So the progesterone helps in implantation and pregnancy, continuation of the pregnancy. So this is how the reproductive system is controlled by the hormones. So, and when the estrogen and progesterone later occurs, when there is pregnancy, the pregnancy continues. When there is there's no pregnancy, the lining endometrium is shed as menstrual bleeding. So, for proper, better understanding of the HPO function, I am explaining it as a HPO family. So, in the early stages, menarche, what we call first periods, when it occurs in the first 2-3 years, the periods is irregular because the HPO system is still under stabilization. It's still not mature enough, the functioning. So it is like a small child just starts walking, falling down, again trying. Later on, after some time, it starts walking normally. Similarly, the first 2-3 years after menarche, the periods will be either delayed 2 to 3 months or frequent periods, what we call polymenorrhea, every 2 to 3 weeks. Later on, it stabilizes into regular periods. So this we need to remember. And so what happens at that time, sometimes the girl herself or the elders, they will tell, oh, for this girl it is a irregular periods. When they believe it is going to be the irregular periods forever, then it will be irregular for a long time unless it is changed. So how our thinking acts influences the periods and pregnancy, we will now see. So the hypothalamus is the seat of emotion, the thoughts, where our thoughts originate, and emotions especially. Hypothalamus, that is we can compare it to a grandmother, and pituitary the father, and the ovary is the granddaughter. So this is a family, way back 70 years back it is existing, where the grandmother is the head of the family, and under her control is the son and the grandchildren. So here the hypothalamus controls the pituitary. Whenever there is any change in the emotions, whether it is positive or negative, the FSH LH ratio will change, so that the periods will become either early or it will be delayed. So we will see how it happens. This grandmother and the grandchild have a very special bonding. The grandmother tells a lot of stories, and the grandchild, when she goes and comes back from the school, shares her experiences. Like that, there is a very special bond. And whenever the grandmother has any problem like headache or anything, so immediately the granddaughter rushes and puts some balm, gives her some tablet. That means whenever there is a stress, there is immediate response. This is what happens in our day-to-day life. Whenever there is a physical or mental stress in the form of any other illness, for example, fever or any injury, any other infection like that. Or whenever there is a change in the diet, change in the activity, sometimes we may start a new program of exercise or yoga. Sometimes the housemaid will not be there, too much of work. um, and whenever there is a frequent journeys, any social function where there will be a lot of physical work and also a lot of excitement. And when there is that history, and when there is lack of sleep, and there is any change in the weight, there may be weight gain or weight loss. And lastly, it is the stress. Whenever there is a stress, there, with all these factors, there will be a change in the periods. It will be a delayed periods, oligomenorrhea, or it will be an early period, heavy flow or very scanty flow. Whenever it starts, we need to look into the causes like this. So, and also in acute stress, I have observed sometimes the stress. When I was a student, whenever there was exam declared, some of our friends used to immediately, the periods used to be postponed. So, and throughout the years, every year it has same thing happened for them. Then I understood, whenever there is a stress, there is a change in the periods. And this exam stress is obvious. Sometimes the stress is not obvious. Sometimes this is a subacute or subclinical subtle stress, like change in the habits. For example, people going to a new environment, getting adapted to it, like going to a hostel or going to in-laws house, where there'll be change in their routine, like taking food, the time, and the time of going to sleep and other habits. Whenever there is this kind of change in the place, sometimes there is the change in the periods. And another thing is, sometimes what happens, um, once a woman, she was in very early pregnancy. She heard that her husband had met with an accident. Immediately she started bleeding and went have a miscarriage. That is how sometimes the effect of stress is very quick. Another woman, she had already one child. She missed her periods and she didn't want to pay any pregnancy. So I asked her to have a pregnancy test done. So next day morning, she said the whole night she didn't sleep because she didn't want to conceive. She was so much anxious. At 4 o'clock she did the urine test and when it was negative, by 6 o'clock she got her periods. That is within 2 hours. When she was relieved, she got her periods automatically. That is how the response of the ovary and uterus to the emotions, sometimes it is occurs in a matter of minutes and hours. And sometimes what happens, the trigger events, especially in mothers who are taking infertility treatment, sometimes they come with weight gain of 2 or 3 kg, even 4 kg a month. So at that time, periods who was so regular previously becomes irregular, and earlier who had a normal ovulation, the ovulation is not occurring. So whenever this kind of a scenario occurs, that means there is a triggering event. So, for example, when this happened, when we went into the history, she said the neighbor elderly woman, she asked, it seems, my daughter-in-law has conceived. When are you going to tell the good news? So, but this will be so much upsetting to this concerned woman. So, when she is upset so much, this releases cortisol, which results in weight gain and increase in the insulin level. So this is the effect of stress. There is another condition called belief. Belief is not, most of the times beliefs are not obvious. It will be there. It will be like a thread in a garland. Only thing is, we need to look into it, recognize it. So belief is a state of certainty that a thing is going to happen. For example, somebody will tell, my periods are irregular. So only when I take medicines, I get periods. So this is a kind of information. The same thing when a person says very emphatically, if I don't take medicine, I will not get periods. This is a belief. This is not just an information. She's so certain that without taking medicine, she's not going to conceive. She's not going to get her periods. So this is what we have to observe her, the calibrations, observe the meaning of what she says. Then we'll find out about the beliefs. So this how whatever the belief is, it is going to happen. I'll just give example. So that lady was a student at that time. She was going for a joint graduation, which was for 3 years. She had to go to the next town for her education. So she had to catch a train. Or 3 more friends used to go with her. So on the way to the railway station, there stood a bench where elderly men were there. They'll be sitting and talking. So one of them is known to this girl. So she was thinking in her mind, if I fail, then I'll have to I'll cut a sorry figure in front of them. I don't want it. So she was from a Telugu medium so far. This graduation is in English medium. So she had to put on extra effort. Only this was in her mind. She has to pass anyhow. So slowly after 6 months, her period had become regular, but she was not conscious of it. For 2.5 years, the periods was regular. And finally she finished, she passed the exams and she was happy and relieved. Then she observed 1 month her periods were regular. She was surprised. For the 2.5 years, she was not conscious. She was not aware of it. It was happening, but her focus was entirely on getting through the exams. So the next month, she got her periods. It was regular. Then she could not tolerate it because her belief is my periods will be irregular. Irregular periods is my nature. How can I get regular periods? When the conscious mind, we need to know about the conscious and subconscious minds. Subconscious mind is where the belief, that is the thought, the certainty of the thought is recorded. So subconscious mind is an executive mind. It does things, whereas conscious mind is an analytical mind. It questions. So what happens when the subconscious mind, it is recorded that irregular periods is her nature. When she is not aware of it, when she is oblivious of it, then the natural function happened. It occurred naturally like for anybody else. So her periods became regular. But when she was aware of it, the conscious mind rejected it because it is not written in the recorded in the subconscious mind. So when the conscious mind rejected, the periods again became irregular. The results will be discarded. So it will not be a regular periods anymore. So that is what we need to, again her periods became irregular. So that is what we need to understand. Again, one more example, similar case. She was married for 10 years, coming for infertility treatment. Her eggs, in spite of giving all treatment, eggs will not grow. And I'll feel bad about it. Her husband also will feel a bit anxious why it is not growing. But she was always cool and calm, and she was not surprised by it. So I didn't know how to interpret her expression at that time. So later I told to go for higher treatment. She came there after 9 months. She came and she had this story to tell. So she went to temples and then went to a city for a hospital, where in the reception itself they said to come after periods because she had irregular periods. She didn't go to the hospital. Later she went for a vacation. So by that it was for full 5 months, and slowly there was a little swelling in the feet. So for that she went to the hospital. The doctor examined and told, you are 5 months pregnant. Why you didn't come all these days? She was totally shocked. She said after 2 weeks of declaration of the pregnancy, she had a miscarriage. She said she could not sleep. She could not be happy. She was totally restless. How can I conceive? Even conceiving, egg growing itself is difficult for me. How can I have a 5 months baby? So when the conscious mind does, so then I understood, when the subconscious mind, she had registered, though she wanted pregnancy, she wanted baby, the subconscious belief was, it is difficult for me to conceive. So that is why she was not surprised when the eggs did not grow. So when she completely forgot about it, when she was diverted about it, then the natural function continued and she could conceive. So when the conscious mind became aware of it, it said, no, it is not in accordance with the belief. So when it rejects, discards the result, the miscarriage happens. So then within 3 months she came with pregnancy. Now she's confident, pregnancy was smooth and she had a child, because now she realized both consciously and subconsciously, now pregnancy is possible for me. When that belief was there, she could conceive easily, naturally, without any treatment, and she could carry the pregnancy. This is the power of belief. We need to understand. Unless we look into it, unless we know it, we do not know, we'll miss it many times. So then when I saw this negative beliefs, then I was wondering whether positively also will uterus and ovary react for any of our positive this thing. So I was learning many things from the mothers who are coming to me. So once a lady was there, her problem was she came for white discharge, but she said, I'll get my periods at 5 o'clock in the morning. I said, 5? 6 or 7 you won't get? She said, no, I won't get, because 8 o'clock I have to go to the school. So I have to get at 5 o'clock. I thought, how could you make it? She said, my mother used to do this kind of affirmation suggestions that I want my periods to be delayed, and her periods, she never used any medicine. So I am aware of that. So I thought I have to, because this is the need for me. I thought I have to get my periods at 5 o'clock. I was suggesting myself. Then I got it. I told it for a few months. Later, I didn't tell. It's now every time it comes at 5 o'clock. So because I had seen the power of negative beliefs, I could accept it, and I was searching for it, so I could accept it. Then some of the mothers, they said they get their periods only on Sundays, and some of them get at nights according to their wish. So these suggestions, when they make, slowly, that is the type of recording. When the suggestion or affirmation we tell, so when they repeatedly do with without any doubt, when they tell it with strong intention and desire, slowly it gets recorded. And what is recorded, it is like a song, recorded song, and whatever song is recorded, only it comes out, the same song is heard. So that is how the positive belief happens. And the effect of positive beliefs also, we are seeing. So once a lady, she was married for 14 years. Till then, her periods were irregular. So when we told about the diet and exercise, she did it with lot of interest. And within 2-3 months, her periods became regular. She became confident and conceived naturally and delivered also. So it was easy for them, some of them, to take a decision that I can have a regular periods, and I will put on effort and I can get it. So that for them it will be easy. But for some of them, whatever we say, they'll have some kind of a doubt. For example, many of them, they'll come for the postponement of periods for some occasions, functions. So when we give them, they'll have a doubt and say, some of them. So in case, in spite of taking all this, if I get my periods, when they have the doubt, definitely that medicine doesn't work well for them. So when they don't have the doubt, then it works well. So this is how the doubt, positive and negative belief, have an impact on the reproductive system. So now we see about the common problem, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which has an important feature, that is irregular periods, and which is very common these days. And the definition or the guidelines for the PCOS is they should have clinical or biochemical evidence of hyperandrogenism, that is increase in the male hormones, that is testosterone. Biochemically, by blood test, there will be increase in testosterone levels, and also clinically there'll be hirsutism. Some of them will be hirsutism, acne, that is pimple they may be having, and dark patches around the neck, that is acanthosis nigricans. Some of them may have, and some of them will be obese, 40%. Some of them will be lean. And next thing is oligomenorrhea. So they'll have irregular periods, and when they go for follicular study, the ovulation, there'll be the difficulty in ovulation, that is anovulation. The third one is ultrasound evidence of polycystic ovarian syndrome, that is the ovary size will be enlarged more than 10 cubic centimeters. Other thing is there'll be more than 12 follicles, small follicles, less than 9 millimeter, and it will be arranged peripherally continuously like a pearl of like a string of pearls, and in the center there'll be hyperechoic stromal hyperplasia. So this will be the typical picture of the polycystic ovarian syndrome in ultrasound. So 2 out of 3 of these features, we can call it as polycystic ovarian syndrome. So now the prevailing belief is once a girl child or a lady has a polycystic PCOS, they say it is very difficult. So she has to take treatment for a long time. So there is a concern and a fear and anxiety, especially among the mothers of the adolescent children, because from school and college children only nowadays this PCOS begins. So we need to know that if we treat and address the root cause of the condition, then we don't have to go for a long-term treatment. Only when we go for a symptomatic treatment, then the treatment is going to be long-term. So for that, we need to understand why and how this happens. So there is a condition, will come from the back end, because by definition, it is said there is a hyperandrogenemia, that is more of male hormones, the testosterone. This hyperandrogenemia is caused by hyperinsulinemia, that is when there is more of insulin. How this more insulin is more? This is because of a condition called insulin receptor dysfunction, and this happens because there is a condition called inflammation in the chronic inflammation in the body. When there is more of inflammatory markers, that is cytokines, this causes the insulin receptor dysfunction, resulting in that means insulin resistance or more of insulin in the body. This insulin causes more of the androgens. So this inflammation is produced by our faulty dietary habits, that is more of taking junk foods, less physical activity, more of stress, and also injury and infection. So these are the causes of inflammation. And in PCOS, it is the diet, less activity, sleep, and the thinking pattern, stress, all this. So lifestyle change is the root cause that causes inflammation, that causes more of insulin resistance. So then Insulin resistance means the cell is resistant to the action of the insulin. This we need for remembering, we can remember this way. So the whole body is resisting, all the cells in the body resisting to the action of the insulin, whereas ovary alone is very sensitive, hypersensitive to the action of the insulin, so that it produces more of androgens, that is testosterone. It is like a officer at home. Even the wife or the children, they don't uh, they take him for granted, like, whereas in the office, everyone office, the whole office respects him and obeys him. So office is the ovary and the home is the rest of the body, if you remember that way. So there is insulin resistance in the rest of the body, whereas ovary is very sensitive to the insulin. So this, what happens when there is more of male hormone, that is testosterone, that causes the small cysts, resulting in the polycystic ovary picture. And this testosterone, what happens? It is metabolized to estrogen, and this estrogen is excreted, metabolized by the liver and excreted through the intestine. While it passes through the intestine, because of the junk food habit, when there is more of pathogenic bacteria, that is bad bacteria is there, it sends back the estrogen into the blood. So on one side, what happens? Because of the junk food habit, there is more of testosterone produced. The other, because of the testosterone is not getting out, it is again cycled back into the body, so it is persisting. So this is the, and what we are doing, we are giving medicines to bring down the insulin levels and bring down the androgen levels. We are not giving any medicine because there's to bring down the inflammation. So the inflammation can be decreased only by changing the diet, activity, and sleep, and the thinking pattern. So that is how we need to understand. So by diet, what happens? Because of the junk food happened, a condition called leaky gut syndrome happens, and this results in this insulin resistance. This is ovary. So this produces more of testosterone. So this is how liver processes the estrogen, and in normal, when there is more of good bacteria, so most of the estrogen goes out, whereas when there is pathogenic bacteria, most of the estrogen goes back into the system. So the question now is, if we have to control the polycystic ovaries, the reducing the flame is like, and bringing down the inflammation, bringing down the lifestyle change. Whereas sprinkling water is like taking the only the medicine. So take only sprinkling water and not reducing the flame will not prevent overflowing of the milk. So similarly, taking only the medicine, we have to take it for long term only. So whereas when we bring lifestyle change and take treatment, the treatment will be only temporary and it will be a lifelong lifestyle change. So that then PCOS will not be an enigma, will not be a difficult problem to handle. So what is the diet? In that, the main thing what we have to do is we have to remember the fiber. The fiber are two types. One is soluble fiber, the other is insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber is seen in green leafy vegetables, fruits. Insoluble fiber is present in husk of the grains and nuts and seeds and the kitchen spices. So the importance of fiber is the soluble fiber, it delays the absorption of glucose in the digestive tract, so that the insulin level itself is not increased. So at that level itself, insulin is decreased. So the testosterone will not be more. The insoluble fiber, what happens? The insoluble fiber, it is a good food for the good bacteria. And also it prevents constipation by expelling the toxins. So by two ways the fiber helps. One is decreasing the insulin level, increasing the excretion of the estrogen. So that way it is a very good uh, help. It's a cornerstone for the treatment of lifestyle change for PCOS. And the fiber, the sources are in green leafy vegetables. Uh, Green leafy vegetable is very important. Apart from that, other fiber vegetables. And in insoluble fiber, we need to remember um, seeds, nuts and seeds. Seeds like flaxseed, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, and poppy seeds. And important thing is fenugreek, that is in the kitchen spice. Studies have done on taking this fenugreek as a capsule, 500 mg, 2 times daily for 3 months. So it has shown that there is a 36% of resolution of the cysts and 45% of reduction in the cyst size. 70% there's a spontaneous periods, resumption of regular periods, and 12% conceived naturally. So this is about the study. Other kitchen spices are also very important, especially turmeric, ginger, garlic, cinnamon, cumin seeds, fennel seeds, pepper. And so this can be taken as a, they can boiled in water and taken as a decoction or a tea, herbal tea like that, or they can be made into powder. We can mix with buttermilk and take it. Apart from fiber, the other important thing is probiotic. The fiber is called prebiotic, which is a good food for probiotic, that is good bacteria. So good bacteria we can take as a natural by diet, as a fermented cold rice water. In Telugu we call it as sadinillu. So that we can take, and also buttermilk, fermented buttermilk, and idli, dosa, or anything fermented in our food we take that contains good bacteria. So it helps in restoring the hormones by excreting the estrogen out, and it helps. It's helpful in some formation of vitamins and weight reduction also. So the thing is, in lifestyle, apart from diet, movement or activity or exercise is very important. A study conducted in Australia, Adelaide University, where obese women who were on diet and exercise for 6 months, there was a reduction in the central fats 11%, 39% reduction in LH level, and 33% reduction in insulin level. So this exercise, that is walking, studies have suggested half an hour walking 5 days a week is sufficient. So that helps in weight reduction along with the dietary intake also. So this weight reduction, 5 to 10% of weight reduction helps in restoring regular periods, and also reduction in the polycystic ovaries, and also in spontaneous conception, or the response for ovulation induction is very good in them. So in weight reduction, we need to remember, in my experience, what I have seen is weight reduction is based on, many of them is related to our belief. Some of them, for them, they have a belief, once we gain weight, it is very difficult to reduce. For them, whatever effort they may take, however stringent effort they may take, they'll not reduce even 100 grams of weight. Some of them, they will reduce 4-5 kgs, but after some time, whatever amount of weight they have lost, they'll gain exactly the same amount. It is because they have a fixed body image. I am like this only, so this is my image. So if they reduce, it will not be, the result will not last longer, because it is not in consonance, in compliance with their belief about their weight. about their body image. So this is one thing we have seen. And another thing is, we have already seen when they're mentally upset, when they're, so at that time when the stress hormones are triggered, the weight gain will be enormous. Similarly, when they're mentally strong, when they want or when they're happy, the weight reduction, some of them I have seen reducing 14-15 kgs in a matter of 3-4 months without much effort. So they'll be having, except that they want to reduce. One lady had reduced, that she was taking only, except she has changed night time from rice to chapati, but she was always thinking, she was a housewife, this time I must reduce my weight and go to the doctor. This was the one thought she was always thinking about it without any doubt. So this is the power of our belief on the body, on the weight, how it functions. And in one polycystic, some of them, and one polycystic ovarian syndrome, this girl has reduced weight, but in spite of that her periods had not come regularly. So then I asked her, what is there must be some reason, some emotional belief. Then she said, when she was doing her PG, she was hard pressed for time. Then she was thinking that she should not get her periods, and her periods should not interfere with her thesis work, so her periods should become delayed. So she was thinking very strongly about it, and periods became irregular from that time onwards. Now she was doing diet and all, she was reducing weight, and still she's not her periods did not come regularly. So I asked her to tell herself that at that time she wanted irregular periods because that was the need. Now the body has cooperated, and thank the body for it. Now she has to have a regular periods. Now again, let her impose confidence on the body and request it to become regular. Once that this thing, the reprogramming of wanting for a regular periods again was instilled, then she got her period regularly. This is the power of belief emotions on the periods. So and one more thing about exercise, what happens, the circulation among the muscles to the organs, it is increased, especially in the up to the capillary level. So that is how then the function is improved. In the ovary and uterus, what happens in the endometrium, the vessels are very small, and so only when there is a proper exercise or yoga, then the circulation to this innermost small vessels can happen. Only then whatever diet we take, whatever medicine we'll take, will reach this part and make it function well. So we need to along with diet, this activity is very important. One more thing what I have observed is, only when they do it with interest, without any doubt, and they do it regularly, body shows its magic, body shows the response, and the response will be really magical and miraculous. And there is a study in Harvard University. They have what is called as nurses health study conducted for 8 years. What they have found is women, when they took less of trans fat, sugar, and who took more of plant proteins and more of fiber and iron, and took multivitamin supplements, and had walking or exercise, they had 6-fold increase in the fertility. So another important aspect is sleep. So when there is a good sleep, good quality of the sleep, there is more of melatonin, and there is less of cortisol and insulin. So weight loss is also better when they sleep well. And there is a disturbed sleep, there is more of cortisol, more of insulin, there is more of weight gain. And this polycystic ovarian syndrome, women in adolescence, their problem is hirsutism, obesity, hirsutism, and acne, along with irregular periods. And in adolescent girls also, we need to counsel them about this, and along with the routine treatment, with the diet, and uh, has a important addition in recovering, in restoring these symptoms, and for a long-term recovery. So that is where in adolescence also diet and exercise is very important. And during the reproductive years, infertility is a problem. So for them again, once they reduce weight, they become positive, and regular treatment will really help them. And as they become menopausal, uh, 2 to 3 years later only they attain menopause than the normal women. For them, osteoporosis will be less because of the more of androgen levels, and they are more prone for cardiovascular disease. And another important thing is, um, metabolic, they are prone for metabolic syndrome. That is, there are 15% more chance for landing into diabetes, and 10 to 40% more chances of developing hypertension and dyslipidemia, that is less of HDL and more of LDL. So, and there are more chances for developing endometrial carcinoma. They must be look out for routine ultrasound scan and endometrial biopsy. There is no increased risk of ovarian or breast cancer in them. So, in a case of polycystic ovaries, they have to mentally accept them as they are. Even if they are obese, it's okay. So that kind of acceptance they must have, and change in the diet, fiber and probiotic, and they have to keep moving and doing exercises, and with adequate sleep when they take treatment. PCO is not going to be a problem at all. And this change in the habit. So only when they rely on the treatment alone, then it is going to be difficult. When they bring in lifestyle change, then it is going to be easy. It is very much manageable. So bringing lifestyle change, the yoga practitioners have a huge role to play. And another thing is this change in the emotional attitude. This is not an individual thing. It has come, it is happened throughout the society, because earlier there was with the joint family system was there, people used to reassure them, give them confidence, accept them as they are. It's okay. It will take, when they don't do well, children are mischievous, they used to tell it's okay. After some time, he's going to be all right. So, with that amount of reassurance, acceptance, when they grow up, they used to become really well. Whereas nowadays, even our society has become more of judgmental. Even at a UKG, LKG level, we want to judge them. You are this, so you have to show improvement. We are putting pressure on them. So that has happened, that is continued. So when there is more of judgment, there is less of self-esteem, because even if we perform well, we want acceptance from others. So that is what has happened. That is a very important thing. That is why people, we don't want to lag behind others. So that is what has landed up in more of infertility, more of polycystic ovarian syndrome. So that we need to understand. This change has to come not only from the mother, others has to understand, especially yoga practitioners. They can, along with the giving them a diet and yoga therapy, meditation, and all the other things, this sort of counseling is also very essential. So once we do this, when the mothers are strong, we can build a very, very good children. And I have written a book, talking to the baby in the womb, based on my experience. And two things it is going to help the mothers. One is the mother's anxiety and apprehension is going to come down, so medical issues will be less because of the bonding with the baby during pregnancy. Second thing is, it is molding the personality of the baby during pregnancy, so we'll be able to bring strong children and a better society for tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Honorable Dr. Andal Bhaskar, MBBS, MD, DGO, ma'am, from Nellore. Madam, can I share a few words in Telugu?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, చాలా మంది నాకు గ్రూప్ వైజ్ మెసేజెస్ కానీ చాలా మంచి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మేము కొద్దిగా తెలుగు పీపుల్ మై ఉండడం వల్ల కొంత మేము మిస్ అవుతున్నాము. కాబట్టి ఇంకొకసారి మాకు అవకాశం ఇచ్చేలాగా మీరు ఒక సమయాన్ని కేటాయిస్తే డెఫినెట్ గా ఇంకొకసారి మీతో ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ నడిపించడానికి మేము కోరుతున్నాం మేడం.
తెలుగులోనా సార్?
యా, తెలుగులోని. ఎందుకంటే చాలా వాళ్ళకి చాలా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్, చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మీరు అందించారు. యాక్చువల్ గా ఇప్పుడు ఎవరైతే అదర్ స్టేట్స్ ఉన్నారో, చెన్నై, కర్ణాటక వాళ్ళు, దే ఆర్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ నాకు వాళ్ళు ఇస్తున్న మెసేజెస్. బట్ కొంచెం మన సైడ్ తెలుగు, ఆంధ్ర, తమిళనాడు, ఆంధ్ర మన నుంచి, హైదరాబాద్ నుంచి కొంతమంది అయితే కనుక వి నీడ్ తెలుగు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఆల్సో అని చెప్పేసి వాళ్ళు మెసేజెస్ ఇవ్వడం నాకు పర్సనల్ గా గ్రూప్ లో కూడా.
తప్పకుండా సార్.
చాలా వాల్యుబుల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇచ్చారు. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ యువర్ వాల్యుబుల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్.
సో సార్, ఈ బుక్ వచ్చి ఈ బుక్ కిండిల్ ఎడిషన్, ఇట్ ఈస్ అవైలబుల్ ఇన్ అమెజాన్. ఏమైనా దీని గురించి డీటెయిల్స్ కావాలంటే ఈ నంబర్స్ ని కాంటాక్ట్ చేయొచ్చు.
ఓకే
సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Now last continuation session in Hon'ble Suchita Joshi ma'am she is in M.Sc Yoga, PG Diploma and Prenatal and Postnatal Yoga, registered pre and postnatal childbirth education trainer and pregnancy yoga trainer. So welcome Shri Suchita Joshi ma'am, please welcome.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving this opportunity. First of all, I would like to say thanks for Prasanna Kumar sir garu, and it's a great privilege to be part of this webinar today. And Dr. Andal Bhaskar garu, it's a great privilege to attend her session, live session. Really, thank you, Andal Bhaskar ma'am, because so many of my students, my clients, I have suggested for this hormonal concerns and this fertility concerns. I always suggest them to watch your videos, YouTube videos. So it's really it's a great great thing for me to to attend your live session, and so many of them got result as well. So because if they understand through a doctor, it gives a lot of impact. So it's really great privilege. And as madam mentioned about all biology of belief and the stress, which impacts not only a normal woman on her hormonal changes, but it also affects more on pregnant lady as well. And I would like to say really it's great opportunity to listen to Dr. Madhurika ma'am and Dr. Swapna ji. So she has given her ancestors Ayurveda in deep insights of Ayurveda, and Dr. Andal Bhaskar garu has given deep insights of hormonal changes. And Swapna ji, she has given the more of like mantra yoga. She has covered the mantra yoga. And Madhurika garu, she has covered the part of yoga like yamas and niyamas, achara, vichara, vihara. She has covered most of the part. So it's really a great opportunity to listen all these things. So most of the part is covered by all of these three. So the rest of part is like practicals. When it comes to the practicals, pregnant women, how much ever she's like, let me share the one second. So how much ever is it am I able? Okay, I'm sharing the video here, sharing the
Jeevana Yogasala.
Okay, so are you able to watch everyone? Are you able to see this my PowerPoint. Yeah. So when it comes to the practicals, so every pregnant woman, most of the women are very, they have a lot, they have so many doubts and questions in her mind. So whether is it prenatal yoga? See, this yoga or prenatal yoga or antenatal yoga. These three are same. So there is a bit confusion between these terms as well. Prenatal yoga, pregnancy yoga, or antenatal yoga, all these are same, which is practiced during pregnancy. Okay, so a lot of questions will be there. Is it safe or not? So here I'm here to help you guide how it is safe is what here. So first question is it safe or not? It is absolutely safe because nowadays so many doctors they are suggesting prenatal yoga because due to this stress environment and due to lot of changes in society. As previously when one pregnant lady used to there, she used to be with in joint family. So there were so many people to take care of her, but now it's like it's the family is changing to neutral, or one or two they are staying. So because of that also it is creating a lot of stress in them. Okay, because if it is a first pregnancy, then so that is the thing. Even doctors are suggesting for prenatal and pregnancy yoga. It's really great thing. uh, so what yoga does actually? Yoga is a combination of physical, mental actions which makes the body stronger and healthier. This is what normal is. It is first normal, but if it is for pregnant women, not only pregnant, even the growing baby also, it makes her mentally, physically, emotionally healthy baby. So prenatal yoga takes care of pregnant women's physical health, mental health, and emotional health. If it comes to physical health, so there are a lot of structure and function changes, hormonal changes in her body. So that you can with yoga practice you can take care of those things. Okay, so let me share here. So
Number cheppa, phone numbers.
if you see the pregnancy anatomy and physiology, you can easily understand what are the things a pregnant woman is going through. If you consider its anatomy, the structural changes, you see a lot of structural changes. Her
Madam.
when the baby is growing, okay, to accommodate that fetus, our body is adapting to all the changes. So more pressure on your back. So your spine is getting more stressed here. Your pelvic floor muscles are getting stressed, and your abdomen muscles are getting stressed. So what are the three important muscles which are getting stressed in pregnancy is your spine, your back muscles, your pelvic floor muscles, and your abdominal muscles. So if you consider back muscles, once baby is growing, so it has a lot of pressure on your spine. That is why at in second from second trimester, most women they experience this back pain, lower back pain, because due to pressure on your spine. So how does help is with postures, because see, with your posture when you're sitting, imagine like I have a tummy here, okay, and if I'm sitting like this, so what is happening? More pressure on your spine. So what yoga helps is to it improves your posture. First thing is it improves your posture. When you're sitting straight, when you're sitting, your your back is not your back is not getting that stress. Okay, so your back is not getting stressed, so you're giving little comfort to your back. And the organs which are here, the organs which are located here, when you're sitting like this, you're putting more pressure on your organs. So your digestion system is getting disturbed, your all internal organs are getting disturbed. So what happened with prenatal yoga asanas? asanas part is it helps you to maintain your posture, okay, which helps you to functioning properly, which helps you to the pregnant woman organs functions properly. So digestion system works properly, and all other systems works properly if she is maintaining her posture, which is very very important. And not only that, if she is bending like this, if she is dropping her shoulders, her lungs are her she's not able to breathe properly also, because she's compacting her lungs. With practice, when you do, you're opening your lungs, you're opening your ribs, okay, so you're giving more space to your lungs. And as baby grows, even your diaphragm, it compresses. So because of that also, she feels breathlessness. That is also uh, she can feel breath. So that also, with yoga practice, she can feel better with breathlessness. Okay. And back muscles, as I told, and pelvic floor muscles. These are the major part which is very, very helpful for her to have a normal delivery. See, normal delivery is a normal thing, but she generally, once we are pregnant, it starts with our hormone called HCG hormone, and we release progesterone, estrogen, relaxin. Relaxin is the major hormone which makes your joints more soft, so that you can prepare your complete to prepare for normal delivery here. So these pelvic floor muscles are very very important muscles to have a healthy normal delivery. Okay, if at all if your muscles are weak, that time also it's a there are a lot of chances that you have miscarriages. You have to go for some sutures and all these things. So your pelvic floor muscles plays a major role, and your abdominal muscles. So if you see here, all your muscles are completely disturbed. They are accommodating the growing fetus. Yes or no? So you can see lot of structural and functional changes in her body. That definitely impacts you know uh, pregnant women physical health. Okay, that you can uh, feel better with yoga practice. And the mental and emotional health. So mental and emotional health are both are actually same, but if emotional concerns are, it is for long time, and it leads to undergo through some medicines are like that, like antidepressant medicines, anti-anxiety medicines, or sleeping pills. So these, then it becomes a mental health. So yoga will take care of this mental and emotional health. And the stress is a major cause for these things. As Andal Bhaskar ma'am, she has given a wonderful session on stress. So when you are in stress, you release all stress hormones. Cortisol hormone levels will be more. So when your cortisol hormones will be more, definitely you cannot that happy hormones which are very very important for pregnant women. So mm, there is a disturbance in your happy hormones. So when happy hormones are not releasing, your stress hormones will be more. So your sympathetic nervous system is more activate. So with pranayama practice, we can balance your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. With few pranayama practice, you can activate your sympathetic nervous system, which will help you to reduce the stress, depression, anxiety. And if it is emotional concerns, most of the pregnant women, if you see, if you look at them, they are like always sad, they feel sad, lot of mood swing will be there. So because of lot of hormonal changes, estrogen and progesterone, the levels of fluctuating levels of these hormones will lead to this mood swing. So even for this also, we have so many yogic techniques which can calm down their mood swings and this sadness and irritation. Okay, and this is all about the anatomy and physiology of a pregnant woman. So so what are the common issues during pregnancy? Because of, and one more thing, in structural elements, our center of gravity will shift. So because the reason we are standing stable is because of our center of gravity. In pregnancy, when you're growing, when baby grows like this, your center of gravity is shifted. So that time what happens is there is a instability in their structural as well. So that also this yoga will help you when they maintain their posture properly. This practice will help you to balance that as well. They can create little stability that as well. Okay, so let's discuss more about what are the common issues during pregnancy. The nausea, backache. Nausea is because of hormonal changes. Initially they have a lot of nausea. Actually this is also different for one pregnant woman to another. So if you are conducting, if you have 10 students in your class, so few will experience nausea and few will not experience anything. Few will experience severe nausea, vomitings, and other will, they say like, am I really pregnant? Because I don't have nausea, I don't have vomitings, what they say. So every pregnant woman's pregnancy is different. If I compare myself, my two pregnancies were different. When I was with my first pregnancy, I never had vomit and nausea. With my second pregnancy, I was with nausea for 3 complete months. Okay, so that is also different from one pregnancy to another pregnancy, and one pregnancy to another pregnant lady. So, and backache, as we discussed, because babies pressure more on your back, and breast changes during to your hormonal changes, dizziness, and this hemorrhoids. Sometimes because of constipation, you see blood in your stool, and heartburn. As once baby is growing like this, it pushes gases up. So because of that, you feel heartburn, acidity. Stretch mark is definitely there because baby is growing. And other skin changes, pigmentation, discoloration. See, because of this, you see a pregnant women, they develop this blackness, pigmentation, or tan here in this part, forehead and neck region. Due to hormonal changes, they develop all these things. So sleeping problem will be there, leg cramps, all these concerns will be with hormonal changes, structural changes, and functional changes, because our digestion system will work slowly, because baby is taking most of the place. So your digestion juices will secrete less, so that leads to your digestion problem. Okay, so that is the common issues during pregnancy, and this is trimester wise. Morning sickness will be in first trimester. You can see the breast changes, constipation, fluctuating emotions due to hormonal changes, and second trimester you see frequent urination. See, because the baby is growing, most the head is putting more pressure on your urinary bladder. That is why you feel frequent urination, and there are a lot of chance that you get UTI as well, urinary tract infection, in this pregnancy as well. So in muscle cramps, pains, and vaginal discharge will be there. And if it is in sorry, third trimester, pregnancy depression will be there, and few of them will experience this preeclampsia, that swelling because of high BP and protein in their urine. This is, it's like rare case, but you see the client like this. Okay, swollen ankles and all this. So these are mostly for third trimester. So now, when it comes to prenatal yoga, what are the yoga practice includes? So Swapna ji, she has covered the mantra yoga, which is very, very important for baby. That sound itself work amazingly. The connection between mother. Okay, so and Madhurika ji, she has covered this yamas, niyamas, and all these things. This then the third branch of Ashtanga yoga is asanas. So next in prenatal yoga practice, what we do is which balances your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, and which improves lungs capacity, which improves the oxygen levels in your body. If the mother's lungs are healthy, and if she is able to take more oxygen, then she can give proper nutrition to the baby. She can The nutrition flow will be easy and more to the baby. And Surya Namaskar, we will cover Surya Namaskar in trimester wise, and yoga asanas. And one more doubt this prenatal women have is when to start yoga. So I suggest, if you start yoga before pregnancy, at least 3 to 6 months, as our Andal Bhaskar has given a lot of in-depth sight of this hormonal changes, those will get balanced here. So 3 to 6 months, if you practice before pregnancy, that is the best thing. But don't worry, if you have not practiced in before conception, preconception, then you can practice during pregnancy any time. From day one, you can practice prenatal yoga. Most There is a misconception that yoga is only of asanas and this, but yoga is more of asanas. There are so many other things which are more of asanas. So first, I suggest for first trimester, at least 3 months, don't go for direct asanas. Let them let them do more pranayama. If they are doing more pranayama, so their lungs, when they are improving, they're increasing their lungs capacity, and when they are uh, taking lot of oxygen, so their metabolic is also will set here. So I suggest more pranayama. Bandhas will be there. Bandhas also they have to do to strengthen their cervix and pelvic floor muscles. Okay, and mudras will also help to energize themselves, you know to not only for themselves, the growing fetus also, because the energy is not only mother energy, because she gives energy to her baby as well. So which is also very very important. So Surya Namaskar trimester wise we can do. Yoga asanas are also trimester wise, and most yoga asanas with props. Props is, if she's a uh, if she's a normal lady, she can do yoga asanas whatever we suggest, but props will help her to support her, because of this much tummy, she cannot do so many asanas. So these props will help her a lot: blocks, bolsters, belt, chair, ball, and birthing ball. All this will help you to do asanas in a proper way. And this birthing ball and these things will help you to have a normal delivery, because normal delivery is also works with anti-gravity only. So we do asanas according to that. So everything is will be your consider your anatomy, physiology, and this gravity. Based on these only, we have to plan a sequence, yoga sequence. Okay, and the partner yoga is very very important, because it bonds the mother and husband, wife and husband. Because what she is going through, a husband sometimes cannot understand what actually she is going through, because she herself can feel what she is. So when they do partner yoga, the relationship between them will improve very efficiently. I have a very good example for this. I had one lady. She came for prenatal yoga classes, and the time of delivery, what happened is, she had water break. Normally she had water break, and she started pains as well. She was into labor, and is the husband, what he did is, he dropped her in hospital with along with her mother-in-law, and he went for office. He went to office. He dropped her in hospital, and she is with her mother-in-law, and her husband is in office. What he said is, after your delivery, just let me know so that I will come. And pain started, but at some time, third or fourth centimeter dilation, pain stopped immediately. And that time she called me. she called me, suggest me a few asanas, few things, so that to have normal delivery, to have this pain more, and is what she started asking. Then I said, who is with you? Then she said, mother-in-law is with me. I'm not against that, but if husband, wife, and it helps you to release happy hormones, as our doctor said, it helps you to release happy hormones, affection itself. So she, because for normal delivery we need a lot of happy hormones, oxytocin we need, prolactin we need, we need a lot of happy hormones to have an to go to labor stage. So then I said, is it possible your husband to come here? Then she said, I'll call him. And then he came. And as he came, as he just
Yes,
her, her
Madhurika.
3 hours delivered a baby in a natural, in normal delivery, and with not less episiotomy, because that affection is very very important. So this partner yoga is also very very important to have that bonding in between wife and husband. So this will be included in this meditation. Obviously meditation is which is very very important part for yoga, which helps you to calm down her thoughts. Because one thing is, if she is a first pregnant lady, she'll have so many thoughts, positive, negative, so many, so much things will be going mind, which leads to stress and which leads to cortisol hormones, all these things. So because with this meditation, her nervous system get calm, her thought process will get calm. So we have so many meditation techniques for prenatal yoga. And the which is very very important technique is yoga nidra. This is relaxation technique. It is a very very deep relaxation technique, because most of the pregnant women, when they reach their second to third trimester, most they might feel, they might experience in first trimester as well, second trimester as well, or third trimester as well, or all these three trimesters, because of sleeplessness, because they cannot sleep properly, thinking of, sometimes it's a hormonal changes, and sometimes overthinking, sometimes her physical changes. Sometimes what happen is, I have an example. One lady, she developed acne all over her face. She's very beautiful lady. She, because of these hormonal changes, she developed all these acne. So she was more worried for acne than her growth. She used to always ask, Suchita, tell me something to reduce this acne. Then I said, like, this is all because of your hormones. So once you deliver a baby, within few months you will see the difference. If not, you can consult a good Ayurveda treatment as well, which will help you a lot. So don't worry about that. But she was very 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 particular with those acne. And what happened is, because of that, she developed thyroid hyper. First she developed hypertension. So this is very very, because of that sleeplessness, that stress she has developed. Because before that she was good, all those things were good. Once she developed these things, she developed those uh, pregnancy induced hypertension. So this yoga nidra technique will help them to have a sound sleep. So it's very very helpful to have a sound sleep, which will help you with insomnia. Once they are sleeping very well, their metabolic rate will be very good, their functioning of the body will be very good. So if the functioning of the body is good and everything is good, they can give a nutritious blood flow will be there to the baby, so baby will also grow healthily. So sleep is very very important, and this deep relaxation techniques is very very important for their sleeplessness or insomnia problem. And activities, which includes, to engage them, to not to think of only these concerns, to engage them. We have different activities like planting, some drawings. I suggest few drawings to do them, so that they can engage, they can connect with baby. So when they are doing some activities, they are doing with consciously, and it reaches to your subconscious level as well. For example, if they're doing some drawings, to do a drawing, you have to eyes, your sight has to be active. You have to concentrate on that. So all your senses will be concentrated on the drawing. So those drawings will help her to connect more with her baby. Very important. We have so many activities in that. So to connect her baby to have a happy and healthy uh, uh, delivery. And in that also we suggest affirmation. In these activities also we suggest positive affirmation. Doctor has given a lot of insights on belief system, how our belief system works on us. So these activities will work for that. So to create positive beliefs, to create positive thinking towards their pregnancy and all. So, and these are the yogasana chart which can help them, for trimester wise, they can do all these things which will help. Okay, 1 second. So, first trimester, they have to do more of breathing techniques, more of the pranayama and stretches, because they release a lot of relaxing hormones also, right? So if they do because when they release relaxing hormones, there are a chances of hyper flexibility. So as a yoga trainer, you should know whether the lady is going beyond her stretch, because at that time they're very flexible. They're very flexible, but it leads to lot of injuries. Not only during pregnancy, after postnatal also they feel they have to go with that. So that complications will be there if they stretch more. Hyper flexibility also very very important. They have to as a yoga trainer you have to consider that. So asanas, uh, as I told you starting, so asanas will be more for to strengthen your spine, to strengthen your pelvic floor muscle, to strengthen your spine, to uh, to bear the baby weight in a healthy way. Okay, should not damage your spine. So this will help you to strengthen your spine to have a normal delivery as well. And pelvic floor muscles, which strengthens the pelvic floor muscles and your abdominal muscles, and improves your lungs capacity. So all these asanas will be more useful for that. And what are the benefits of prenatal yoga? Almost all have covered. If they go with all these things, obviously they improve the sleeping pattern, blood circulation will be more, and they relaxes the nervous system. Okay, through which they can activate their parasympathetic nervous system, which calms down their mind and reduces stress and anxiety. And this will be more in pregnancy, and increase the strength, flexibility and endurance of muscle. Because if they're strengthening, and if the muscles, pelvic floor muscles are flexible, then it is very very easy to have a childbirth. So see, for normal delivery there is a pain. Without pain, uh, unless they take epidural or something, without pain there is no normal delivery. But pain will be compared to those who have not done any asanas and techniques. Okay, when you come, definitely there are 40 to 50, 40 to 60 even percent of chances are there to have less pain, less painful delivery. Okay, and obviously it helps to have a normal delivery. It helps to decrease lower back pain, nausea, headache, shortness of breath, and it promotes connection with your baby. As I told you, when you do so many activities, you can, when you do pranayama, when you do these practices, you can connect more with baby. So that is a healthy relationship. The healthy relationship with baby starts from womb itself. Okay, and it strengthens your immune system. Okay, because you're taking lot of nutrition and you're throwing out all the toxins, waste from your body. So definitely your immune system will be more healthy. Okay, helps to flip a sorry to flip a breech baby or transverse baby. Once they reach their last days of labor, baby's position is also very, very important. So if the baby's bottom is down and legs are up, that is breech baby. Through with some postures, you can you can flip the baby. Same as transverse. Okay, vertical. If the baby is vertically, if the baby's position is vertical, there are few postures. With that postures, uh, they can have normal anterior posture. I mean, the baby will come back to the normal position. And this is I have experienced a lot in my classes, this breech baby and transverse baby. So yeah, and the next breathing techniques helps to reduce shortness of in pregnancy, and and helps pregnant women to develop proper breathing and relaxation techniques for easier and less painful delivery. So these are all the benefits. Not only these, there are so many other benefits, not only for mother, for baby also there are so many benefits with this prenatal yoga. And last thing is, you have to know the high risk pregnancies and precautions. So you have to know the contraindications for that. So there are few women, they don't tell if they have any if they have complications. So what you have to do is, as a prenatal yoga trainer, you have to take a permission. You have to ask permission from doctors. So doctors are there for reasons. Always we have to remember, doctors are there for reasons. Because at some point, trainers, they themselves feel as doctors, and they give lot of suggestions. But as a prenatal yoga trainer, you never ever do that big mistakes, because doctors are there for reasons. They will help you a lot. So first they have to take permission from doctor to practice prenatal yoga or not. Once doctor approves, yes, you go ahead, then only you have to in training for prenatal. So there are few high risk pregnancies like placenta previa, low line placenta. So placenta, sometimes it forms low line, but after that it migrates. Few weeks it migrates upwards, but still if it is not migrating, that is called placenta previa. It's a very complicated thing. That time you have to avoid so many asanas. They are not supposed to do any asanas, which will lead to either miscarriage, preterm labor, or so many complications will be there. So placenta abruption, detachment from uterus, this will also happen sometimes if you're not taking asanas part. Okay, and preeclampsia due to high bp and hypertension, uh, they uh, they they experience this preeclampsia. And this one severe complication, this is seizures. Eclampsia is like seizures. This is like very rare case, but there are chances of having these kind of things as well. So fibroids, if the lady has already fibroids, that time also you have to be very precautions you have to do. There are so many contraindications you have to follow while you are taking prenatal yoga classes. And pregnancy induced hypertension, if they are hypertense, if their bp is not normal, that time also you have to be very, very careful with few bending asanas, because it should not create more pressure on their heart. Same as gestational diabetes, varicose veins is also very, actually it was not usual previous days, but I see in my classes this varicose veins, because of sitting jobs, because of their long sitting jobs, they are experiencing this varicose vein. For that also you have to do, there are yoga practice which will help for them to get relief from this varicose vein. And if there are already multiple miscarriages, if they experience already miscarriages in previously, that time also you have to be very careful. You have to follow the precautions while you are taking prenatal yoga classes. And multiple miscarriages, and if they are bleeding,
Yes.
that time also you have to
No.
take a lot of precautionary measures
No.
for that. Okay, this is all about prenatal yoga class, prenatal yoga classes, how you have to do. So if you anyone is here pregnant ladies, so I suggest you to go under a prenatal properly certified prenatal yoga trainer only. So because normal yoga trainers are not eligible to take prenatal yoga classes, because the anatomy and physiology will be different when it compares to normal and in pregnancy. So you have to understand more anatomy and physiology and hormonal changes and their emotional, all these changes you have to understand. So for that, certified prenatal yoga trainers are very very important. In that certification they will learn all these things, so they can easily guide you, they can properly guide you. Okay, so that is what I can suggest you if anyone is here prenatal pregnancy ladies, because they also have doubts. So when to start, we have told, like from first day also they can start, and with whom they should start, with whom is certified prenatal yoga training, only under their guidance only they have to do this prenatal yoga. So these are the few things I have with my experience, or whatever the knowledge I have, I have shared. If there's any questions or anything, you can ask. And so many things, physical, emotional imbalance will be lot in pregnant lady. So as a prenatal yoga trainer, you have to be very very patient, and we have to be very very empathetic towards towards pregnant women, because their mood swings will be lot, because due to fluctuation in their hormones. So you have to talk in a, you have to talk in a very nice way, you have to give lot of motivation, you have to always give positivity, positive affirmations to the pregnant woman, which will really help her to have a healthy and physically, mentally and emotionally healthy baby. See, if as a prenatal yoga trainer, it's a very very important role to give all these healthy things, so that you can have a healthy baby. So directly or indirectly, you are it's a great opportunity for you to uh, give this training, so that you can have a healthy baby. So that society, if so many babies are like mentally and emotionally healthy, we can see nowadays so many suicidal attempts, rapes, all these because of their emotional and mental instability in emotions and mental. So if with you, through your guidance, if you are creating a healthy society, which is really, you should feel great thing, you should feel proud of giving this training to a mother, because if mother is healthy, her family will be healthy, and the same way society and the nation will be healthy. So this is what I can share whatever I felt. So thank you so much, Prasanna Kumar sir garu, for giving this opportunity. It's really a wonderful platform where I have shared my and everything. Thank you so much.
Uh, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your crystal clear information regarding pre and post trimester. So thank you so much. And now I welcome this program organizer, M.V. Prasanna Kumar sir, giving a big opportunity to all the participants from our Jeevana Yogasala. So coordination. Thank you so much. Please welcome sir, Mr. Prasanna Kumar sir. Vote of thanks to thanks giving by Mr. Prasanna Kumar sir.
Good evening, all my friends, all my guests. My sincere thanks to Madhurika Desai, Swapna Madam, Andal Bhaskar, Suchitra Joshi for giving their valuable time and valuable speeches too. I think this is useful for our members about prenatal yoga. Next week, planning yoga therapy and also prenatal course for all for with government certificate. Okay. Okay. Thanks to all. Okay. Thanks for sponsoring Jeevana Yogasala for this valuable program. Okay. Really thanks. Thanks to all members waiting for this program with patience. Thank you. Members join the prenatal group. All information that group only. Okay. All of you write down my number 888-566-8752. I will tell details about next programs. Okay, thank you. Okay, thanks to Jeevana Yogasala. Over to yoga. Jeevana Yogasala.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity to our Jeevana Yogasala. Now, Shanti Mantra, end with Shanti Mantra this program. Now, close your eyes, deep inhale. Om. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Om Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Om Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tassat. Om Namaha. Right. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu.